So for our community project, we partnered with Garden of Eden Organics, which is a CSA program that is owned by Paul and Jennifer Trejo. They started out just the two of them with one farm and have since been able to expand over the years, making them a little bit different from other CSA programs because instead of having a single farm, they are actually now a co-op of about 30 small local farms. So this means that there's going to be variety in every box, so you're not just kind of getting the same thing, and it allows them to only provide in-season produce inside of the boxes. And so they're based out of Escondido, but they now service so many different regions in Southern California, especially with how they've been expanding over the years. They guarantee seasonal, fresh, certified, organic, chemical, and pesticide-free produce. One of the cool things about Garden of Eden is that with their program, it allows the consumer to be directly involved with the farmers. So as a consumer, you feel like you're supporting and being a part of this local sustainable farming. And they kind of give you like insight into their operations. So not only are you kind of being a part of their operations, but Paul and Jennifer also give back to the community in a bunch of ways. We actually met up with Jennifer, and she came and gave us like her spiel, a little presentation on the farm, and gave us some samples of the produce, which was absolutely amazing. They're actually very active in the kind of day-to-day operations. Jennifer every week goes down to SDSU on their delivery days and hands out the boxes and kind of explains the produce exactly how she would do when they come to Bastyr. And she also goes and cooks once a week for them because she said that there's a lot of students there who have never seen this kind of produce and don't know how to really use it. So she likes to educate them on how to cook it and what the taste flavors are by making that for them. And she even mentioned that she would be more than happy to do that for us as well if she could get some access to our kitchen at some point in time. So hopefully that's part of some future endeavors with them. And they also give back to the community by donating a portion of their proceeds to launching a new nonprofit for domestic violence abuse victims.
Community-supported agriculture, or CSA, is a community of individuals who pledge support to a farm operation. CSA means both the consumer and producer share the rewards of what comes out of the ground. If you care about the quality of your food, this is an essential way of supporting the local livelihood of the farmers and the food system sustainability. CSAs are unlike conventional large-scale industrial farms that deplete the soil of its nutrients through practices like monocropping and pesticide use. Usually, CSA farms focus on being certified organic and practice biodynamic techniques. While farmers are invested in the long-term ecological health of the land and their community. Lastly, crops grown are for local communities, and CSAs don't contribute to environmental large-scale food production like excess packaging. In Garden of Eden, you'll receive your produce in a cardboard box that is returned and reused.
When considering naturopathic medicine and our project, we believe our project successfully addresses the environmental determinant of health. This is a very important aspect of community work as environmental health and human health go hand in hand. One of the ways that our project and supporting organic farming in general is beneficial to the environment is through the improvements in soil quality. Organic farming tends to adopt a feed the soil, not the plants kind of mindset. Because the use of synthetic fertilizers and pesticides is prohibited, organic farming often uses manure and compost in their soil. This increases the organic carbon, soluble phosphorus, and other key nutrient composition in the soil. Just like us, our soil has an important microbiome. However, unlike in conventional farming, in organic farming these microbes are permitted to flourish as an integral part of the soil. All of these benefits to soil quality lead to an overall increased nutrient composition of the crops themselves. Organic farming also helps to mitigate climate change, as it uses what is often considered waste, such as manure and spent plant material, as fertilizer, instead of synthetic nitrogen fertilizers used by conventional methods. These synthetic nitrogen fertilizers are associated with the greenhouse gas nitrous oxide release into the atmosphere. Organic farming also increases the soil organic matter, which makes soil more likely to hold on to carbon dioxide instead of releasing it out. Lastly, by shopping for local produce, such as what is possible through the Garden of Eden and other CSAs, this limits the amount of greenhouse gases released in the transport of this produce. On top of that, by supporting local agriculture, you are supporting the local pollinators that are responsible for pollinating the different crops.
Consuming local organic produce also has many apparent benefits from a nutritional perspective as well. Because foods don't have to be picked prematurely to prevent rotting and long transit times, the produce is more fresh and actually tastes way better than commercial produce. And part of that amazing taste is coming from vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that present with higher levels in locally sourced organic foods. A sometimes overlooked component of fruits and vegetables are their phytochemical constituents that are known to have protective properties against certain types of cancer and cardiovascular disease. These are also found in higher quantities in local organic produce. Now, arguably as beneficial as what you find in these foods is what you don't tend to find. Synthetic pesticides used on commercial produce can remain on food all the way to your home kitchen and have negative health effects if consumed. It's worthwhile to seek out foods grown without these kinds of pesticidal products. In addition to the greater quantity of nutrients found in local organic produce, a consumer will also get a greater diversity in the diet too. CSA companies typically have a greater variety of crops than commercial farms, which mostly focus on growing popular produce. Another layer to the quality of local organic food comes from eating what's actually in season. Many traditional cultures incorporate food seasonally as a way to be in harmony with their environment, similar to how watermelon is a summer fruit that's hydrating and refreshing in hot weather. Gut health is often seen as a central part of overall health, and eating this way also has benefits on the gut microbiome to support flora diversity. Apart from toxic pesticide use, synthetic fertilizers can also be problematic to use for produce, as some contain metals like lead and arsenic that can be poisonous and difficult to detox from the body.